I'm Mayor Richard Royce, and this is your weekly transparency report. Late yesterday, June 24th, the Riverside County Civil Grand Jury released its report on the City of Banning. While it's a hard report to read, it's not an indictment of our current staff or council. Rather, it's a validation for what many of us in this community have suspected for years and has now been confirmed. It documents years of financial mismanagement, including serious problems within our electric utility, a bond rating that fell to junk status, a billing software crisis, and a high turnover in City Hall offices that most residents depend on most. First, I want to thank the members of the Civil Grand Jury. This was a thorough, time-consuming, and labor-intensive investigation. They took their responsibility to the people of Riverside County seriously. We respect that work, and we owe them and our residents a serious response in return. I want to say clearly, Banning residents deserve the truth about how we got here, and they deserve a city government that is finally being honest about it. This report covers ground that this council and our current administration are already working on to correct. None of this is news to us. It's the reason we spent the last year rebuilding this organization from the ground up. So here's what your council is already doing. In February, we adopted a comprehensive strategic roadmap called Banning 2030, Designing Our Future Now. It addresses many of the very issues the grand jury identified, and we are actively executing it, not just talking about it. A few months ago, this council also made a decision to hire a new city manager with direct, hands-on experience in fiscal emergencies just like this one. That experience matters right now, and it's already showing. This past Tuesday night, the council took the next step in our road to recovery, approving a Fiscal Emergency Resolution. It builds on the fiscal discipline we've already been putting into place, and it directs our city manager to keep living within our means and keeping Banning moving toward a sustainable path. These are not easy decisions. Some will be short-term, some long-term, some will be painful, but all of them are necessary. Back in May, we held a public workshop and laid out a new budgetary and fiscal policy, one that requires every future budget to be structurally balanced, sets real reserve requirements, and puts guardrails on the debt so we don't end up here again. The policy comes back to this council for formal adoption on September 8th. And we want our residents at the table for what comes next. In mid-August, we'll hold 2 workshops on a proposed fiscal year 26-27 budget, so the community can see exactly where things stand and weigh in before anything is adopted. This is what transparency looks like in practice, not just theory. We've also brought in experienced finance and operations leadership, strengthened our budget oversight, and we are working to correct the cost allocation, the billing, and policy failures the grand jury identified, many of which trace back well before this council and staff took office. California law gives the city 60 days to respond formally to the grand jury's findings and recommendations, and we intend to use that time well. We will respond to every finding with the same transparency we're asking all of you to trust us with, and with the same respect the grand jury showed us in producing the report. Banning is a community of good, hardworking people who deserve better than what this report describes. We're not pointing fingers at the past. We're actively engaged in securing our future. Thank you for your patience, your trust, and your partnership as we move the city forward together.